I'm Grant Hopper, and I am a teacher. I've got a riddle for you. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What is it? It's footsteps. About 30 years ago, I began my career in this district as a kindergartner in Miss Wildersman's class at Freeman Elementary School. I remember walking down the steps off of Evans Lawn into the brightly colored basement where the kindergarten classes were housed. I was nervous, as I'm sure every kindergartner is, but I found my stride soon enough. In first grade, I met one of my best friends to this day. In third grade, I wrote a story for the Young Authors program that, even though the story was really bad, it really fostered a love of reading and writing. In fourth grade, I decided I wanted to be an English teacher. In sixth grade, I felt like I ruled the world, and I stepped out into that summer air, sure that I left Freeman behind for the last time. A few months later, I went to Washington Middle School and stepped underneath that underhang, right into the doors as a terrified seventh grader. I was afraid I'd get lost or lose my locker combination. I did, but I survived, even dressed like that. And that is no small feat. From there, I roamed the halls of West High, which partially explains my GPA, and I experienced all of what West had to offer, which explains the rest of it. I participated in and saw a bunch of wonderful concerts. I saw our basketball team go downstate. I saw the front edition of the high school added on. With the help of some memorable teachers, such as Greg Partika, who taught me about allegory of the cave and how to read for deeper meaning, Cassie Winchell, who tried to teach me something about math with shapes and numbers. Look, I gotta be honest, I wasn't really paying attention. Geology, I think. And then Donna Lester, who taught me about confidence, projection, and electricity. With their help, I soon graduated and found myself off to college, taking and leaving more footsteps as I went. Those footsteps went everywhere, except the particular direction. But eventually, I graduated from Aurora University, and I was fortunate enough to land a job teaching. Not just anywhere, but here, in District 129, right where I grew up. There was something about this district, something that drew me back time and time again. Maybe it was nostalgia or a sense of duty, maybe just comfort. I don't know. But here we are. If you're an alumnus of this district, maybe you've thought about that fact. Maybe you've told other people about it. Maybe you've never really thought about it at all. Either way, you've progressed through your careers, your education, and your lives, and you've taken and left more footsteps as you went. But what do those footsteps say about you? You know, I mentioned that I wanted to be a teacher in fourth grade, which is absolutely true. I loved school, and I had an amazing fourth grade teacher, many of them actually. Mr. Steinheimer, my reading teacher, lit some fire under me that stayed with me for 25 years. And I immediately gave up thoughts of wanting to be an astronaut or a fireman or a soldier. No. I wanted to be a teacher. It looked glamorous. It looked exciting. I was in fourth grade. I didn't know any better yet. Students in this district have seen me scraping gum from the bottom of the desk as a custodian. They've seen me in the halls of West as a security guard. They've seen me in the classroom as an aide, and then again as a teacher. They've seen me coach and sponsor clubs. They've seen me meet my wife, and they've seen me welcome my beautiful daughter into the world. My students have seen me come in late and come in early. They've seen me drop things, spill coffee, mess up a lesson plan, make mistakes, and then scramble to fix them. My students have seen me at my highs, and they've seen me at my lows. But again, what about you? What do your footsteps tell about you? What path do they weave? As you've maneuvered the warp and the weft of your time in this district, what examples have you set for your colleagues and for your students? How many people have seen the effect of what you leave behind? Hundreds? Thousands? So, the next time that you step into a new role at work, or maybe a new challenge presents itself to you, consider how you're going to handle the situation. Consider the footsteps you'll leave behind. Think of how many students would have lost their way if not for all of you. Think again about how many of their paths have diverged, and then they went ahead and forged one of their own. You have influenced, encouraged, and motivated a countless number of people to strike out and leave footsteps of their own. That, my friends, is the power of you. Thank you.